This is Rating Descending.
where we watch IMDb's Worst 250 so you don't have to.
I'm Michelle St. Clair.
And I'm Abigail Ward.
And this week we watch XXX State of the Union. Darius Stone, a new agent in the XXX program, is sent to Washington, D.C. to stop a coup attempt against the President of the United States. Let's watch. You fought Tom Green.
I did. Naked in my backyard.
Nude. Proud. Tall.
That's on my gravestone. Abigail Ward.
She died like she lived, nude and proud. Shout out to Julian Leger from Northern British Columbia in Canada for making us a little chart of the repeated actors from all the movies.
It.
Thank you.
Hi, Julian. How are you? No, give him a chance.
Okay.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Oh, really? A busy day. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty cold here. It's winter in Melbourne.
But I'm sure it's colder in British Columbia, Canada.
Well,
Oh, actually, it's summer.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
Pull your head out of your ass, Michelle. I'm sorry, Julian. Shut.
the whole world seems to only care about the Northern Hemisphere, all right? Let me make something Southern-centric.
You must. You simply must.
It's winter everywhere.
Thanks, Julian.
It's Star Wars. Yeah, you've tapped into what I've repeatedly said is my main, one of my favorite things, which is a chart.
She loves her stats. She loves her graphs. But most of all, she loves to bath. That's on your tombstone.
I think it should have been shot, though.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay, wait, take two.
She loves her graphs. She loves her charts. But most of all, she loves to
We're
shit.
out of time. Hey!
I'd like to thank the audience tonight for coming in.
You've been wonderful.
Give it up for the band, everybody. I'm really sad tonight. Does anybody care? Is anybody out there? I'm so alone.
Hey, Abby, I'm sitting right here.
Shh.
And I've been telling...
Sweet, simple ghost in my mind.
No, I'm
If
just...
only anyone could hear you.
I'm
But
just,
alas, it's just me and you
just
alone.
trying to say, if you
in
want to
this
hang
room,
out, we
in
can
this
hang
void.
out. I've been kind of, like, lonely and busy. If you want to hang out.
Oh, I'm not even like... I'm not lonely. I'm literally just fucking tired.
Oh, that was a real
sad.
offer. I thought you were doing the bit. We were still doing the bit.
But yeah, let's hang out. Let's watch a movie. I feel like watching a good movie that we've wanted to watch.
I don't think we're legally allowed to watch a good movie.
I need something to offset this. I think that's the reason tonight I was like, do you want to watch a good movie with me? Is because I was just so distraught from watching this.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
That's totally fair.
I'm very sad tonight.
Well, speaking of things that made me feel very sad tonight, this week we watched XXX State of the Union, or as it's known in not the US,
State of
XXX
Origin.
The Next Level.
Oh.
Because there was a level established previously, and this is the next one.
Wait, so you mean that the game of football that I watched isn't what we were meant to be watching?
No.
The Crimsons versus the Blues.
No.
Shit. Well, Queensland won, just so you know.
Is that... Oh, that is State of the Union. Okay, yes.
State of Origin.
State of Origin.
Michelle loves sports, guys.
Love sports. For our non-Australian listeners, that is a yearly...
Yeah.
That is a
You got it.
yearly
Come on.
rugby
Keep going.
union game.
I actually don't know.
I think it's rugby union.
Yeah.
Game between the states of New South Wales and Queensland. Queensland wins almost every single time.
They're much better.
Yes, they are.
Being from New South Wales, I do love to go for the underdog. but I don't give a shit. I don't go for anybody.
I like going for the underdog, which is hard when you're pitting New South Wales, the largest and smuggest state, against Queensland, the most defensive state.
And the most feral state. I've said this before. I'm alienating every Brisbane listener. Shane, you know it's you.
Yeah, we invited you on, but you're not allowed to defend yourself.
No. What's it like living in a bug swamp, Shane? Cut it out. That's too aggressive.
No, it's pretty good. Bug swamp.
Bug swamp, Shane.
I feel like this movie ends the string we've had recently of very specific and interesting movies.
It does. It also ends the 2006 reign of terror.
Do you want to know when this movie was made?
Oh, can I guess?
Sure.
Okay, wait. Let me really think about the stars in it.
Yeah.
And how old they all look. We've got an old Willem Dafoe.
Mm-hmm.
You've got...
Ice Cube.
Literally just watched it. You've got a middle-aged Ice Cube. Like, not middle-aged, but getting there. And we've also got Samuel L. Jackson.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking 2007.
2005.
Oh, I wasn't off. I wasn't much off.
But it means we were really close to continuing the 2006 streak of terror.
I'm glad we're out of it. It's not like this was any better.
Yeah.
I have to say, Michelle, I think I missed Tim Allen.
I don't know if I go that far.
I miss that son of a gun.
But I feel like right from like Bitch Slap onwards, we've had this string of like, hell yeah, this is why we're doing it.
Yeah.
And this is
We've had
just
a
back
great run of
to
films.
This is just a movie that's not very good.
Yeah. It was 1 hour and 40 minutes long, and I really felt every 1 hour and 40 minutes of it.
I joked to you after you watched it, that was 1 hour and 30 minutes too long.
Yeah.
Oh no,
that would
that
leave
makes it sound...
10-minute excess.
I got it the wrong way around.
Excellent joke, my bra.
That makes it sound like 10 minutes was good. No, it's 1 hour and 50 minutes too long.
Nice.
The 10 minutes it took me to buy the ticket.
Too slow, dude.
You're far away from me. You do this
Try
every
harder.
second week.
My guy. Yeah, give me some skin. Nah.
Give me some skin as a trade.
My skin.
What would you like in return?
I'm not giving you my skin.
Be careful. You can only make this exchange once.
What will I get?
You can get anything you dream, but beware. A promise is a promise, and a wish is a wish. And sometimes we wish we could take it back.
I'm not gonna hold your hand.
Come on.
I'm not. You're just.
Come on.
You're creepy. You're really creepy.
I just want this.
You're a really creepy guy.
I just want this.
What's going on?
I just feel kind of lonely.
Oh.
Yeah, I just want friends.
Oh.
Yeah, make a bargain.
Sure.
Yeah. What's the... Sometimes I think to myself, what is this podcast? What are we doing? It's I know it's like it's part like legit critical review of these bad movies, because I feel like we're trying to not look down on them if they don't deserve it. And then it's part like pure comedy podcast where it is just being silly and goofy. You know?
Then the third part is me whispering into the microphone, I'm very sad today. I'm really struggling. Is anyone out there?
I'm right here.
Oh, shh. The ghosts in my mind clank ever on.
Please.
But the torment of my soul
Please, Abigail.
is deep and dark
Please.
and black.
I'm literally right across from you. You're looking at me while you speak.
You're trying to steal my skin again, ghost.
Come on, it was one time.
It really hurt.
We can't just hold people accountable if it's just one time. What? Oh, I'm getting cancelled for stealing your skin.
Not this again.
Fucking
Come on.
PC
Oh my,
culture.
shut up. I'm closing the door. I'm closing
No,
it.
come on. Oh, now I gotta wait 6 to 12 months before I get another gig. Hey, that was a piece entitled America.
Back to this America.
Yeah. Fucking nailed it. Guys, we're both struggling today. We, about like 10 minutes before the record, was like, should we cancel? Should we do this a different time?
I have been crying on and off all day.
Only
all
some
day.
of which was from this movie.
Yeah, a bit of it. I don't think I have cried through a movie before, but tonight marks the first because I started crying for other reasons, but then I just started crying because I had to watch XXX, the sequel.
I want to be known, though, before like we really start to get into it.
Oh, no, we're pretty much done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it's not even like the movie is that bad, right? Like compared to some of the other things on this list, it's not so
outlandishly bad.
But that is its crime.
I think the most distinctive thing about this film is its forgettability.
Yeah.
And also the heinous dialogue. There's this bit where Ice Cube, who plays the main character, this guy says to him, "This isn't your era anymore. You've got to blend in." He's like, "I don't blend." And that's it.
Yeah.
That's his line, and it just cuts.
They say Darius Stone maybe 30 times in that movie, and I feel like I still heard you forget it in that moment.
No, it wasn't him. It was the agent, the white agent that is with them, the comic relief.
Oh, no.
The comic relief guy.
God, I don't know what
Kyle.
his fucking name.
His name's like Agent Kyle or something.
Agent Kyle?
I swear to God, it was Kyle.
Oh, by the way, every single one of his lines were ADR'd.
The agent?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Could you not tell?
No.
Like every single scene, everyone's like, "Yeah, man, we're hanging out." And then the woman will go, "Yeah, we're doing that." And then you'll hear, "Yes, me too. Haha, I'm also in this room." Like it was crazy. It's really hard to simulate while talking in a mic.
That makes sense because his delivery was always so bizarre. But I didn't realize it was because of ADR.
It was just completely, so clearly ADR'd.
But he was shocking in this film.
Yeah. Let me just get straight into the overview so that we can just sort of more loosely talk about this movie.
Let's do it.
Here's some key details about the movie that I thought were interesting. For one thing, the director is Lee Tamahori, who's a New Zealand film director who notably directed Once Were Warriors, which is like, one of New Zealand's most critically acclaimed films. The career path from that to this was interesting.
It's dire.
Yeah.
It's dire times.
Not great.
Ugh.
And let me tell you,
Shane's right. They do become more orgasmic as my burps go on. Daddy!
This is written by Simon Kinberg. He's written a lot of movies that aren't very good. We've already mentioned these people, but it's starring Ice Cube, Willem Dafoe, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson and Willem Dafoe, like two great cast members.
Yeah.
And then there's Ice Cube.
We'll probably talk more about it as we go. Ice Cube's not great in this at all. And I don't even think he's necessarily a fantastic actor, but he's been in good roles in like John Singleton films and stuff.
I only remember him in that one family film where he has to take care of kids. It was like The Pacifier, but with Ice Cube.
Okay.
Takes care of all these kids. It's the classic big, buff, angry man takes care of small children.
Buff is a stretch.
Big dad bod man takes care of small children.
Big daddy boy.
Yeah.
And I did not write down the box office, but it was a box office bomb.
Unsurprising. I would like a bit of information also about the first film. Do you know when that came out?
Oh, okay. So the first film came out like, I think 2 years prior in 2003.
Yeah.
Starring Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
And its whole shtick was that Vin Diesel played a character who had had trouble with the law and was obsessed with extreme sports, who then got drafted into the XXX program.
That's so funny.
Where he would then do a lot of like high flying stunts to like heavy metal music and stuff.
Oh.
And people seem to like it as like, you know, that kind of like we're intentionally aiming for like B tier action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they remade it without keeping any of those elements.
Oh.
They didn't remake it, they sequeled it.
That sounds so good.
Oh, but fun fact on that note, because the director of the first one, Paul Cohen, I think was his name, and Vin Diesel had both signed on to the sequel, and then Vin Diesel left because he didn't like the script and didn't think it was very good. So they recast him with Ice Cube.
As one does.
As you do. For an action film.
You've only got two options. You've got Vin or you've got Ice.
Yeah.
It's the two genders.
But imagine being in a movie imagine writing a script so bad that Vin Diesel thinks it's a bad script. Because look, I don't think he's a bad actor. I think he's actually really charming. But dude is not discerning.
Out of the two of us, who's Vin Diesel and who's Ice Cube? I'm Ice Cube.
No,
You're Vin Diesel.
You're Vin Diesel.
No, you're Vin Diesel. Stop it, you're Vin Diesel.
In what way am I Vin Diesel,
you're
though?
Vin. No, that's crazy.
But I can't be taken seriously. That means I'm Ice Cube.
Maybe we're just both...
Maybe this is not a good access.
There's a high potential that we are neither.
Yeah, it's actually... There's more than two kinds of people. I'll actually start describing the plot now.
Really quickly, between the two of us, who's Michelle and who's Abigail?
I'm a total Abby.
I'm definitely an Abby too. That's what we have in common.
You didn't want to...
No.
Oh.
No, I'm a Michelle.
Every day.
I was saying to you, I was like, I'm so sad today. I just want to go to bed and fall asleep. Like, I don't want to be awake.
Yeah.
But here we are, rating descending. Ooh, here we are here to take you on a quest through our 250 list.
That's pretty good.
I ain't done.
When an attack on an...
I have another verse.
When an attack on an NSA bunker leaves head of the XXX program, Augustus Gibbons, on the run, he gets in touch with former Navy SEAL Darius Stone, who is serving time for disobeying the orders of now Secretary of Defense Deckard. Breaking Stone out of prison, they meet up with Stone's former crew and retrieve intel from the NSA bunker. However, Gibbons is attacked and seemingly killed by Deckard and his men. While trying to find who killed Gibbons, Stone discovers that Deckard is planning to stage an assassination on the US president and the line of succession so that he will become president, mostly because of his disagreement with the president wanting to have allies. Stone gathers his friends and storms the Capitol with a tank. Sorry, let me repeat that. Stone gets his buddies and storms the Capitol with a tank and chases down the presidential bullet train. Stopping Deckard from killing the POTUS.
I'm gonna need you to do this overview all over again for me. I had no grasp on reality while watching this film. Just like the film.
Stone, his friend, played by Exhibit, and the woman from The Matrix, who was Jada Pinkett Smith's friend, storm the Capitol with a tank that they hijack and then chase down the presidential bullet train. The famous one.
I'm gonna need you to feed that back to me.
To stop Deckard from killing the POTUS. The story is covered up and Darius is only awarded as an unknown soldier, while Augustus Gibbons goes and tries to find a new XXX agent.
I loved that because they were like, I've got the guy. And it's like, no one wants a third. Like, I love that you had the audacity to set up a third film.
They did make a third one in 2017 that was titled Return of Xander Cage, which was the protagonist in the first one, so...
Why wouldn't you just call it XXX, you know?
Well... That's the first time that the amount of X's makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying it should be called XXX, XXX, XXX?
Yeah.
It's 9X?
Yeah, I am.
Why?
You got a problem?
Yeah. I think that's not a very good title.
Oh, I'm just going to go see XXX, XXX, XXX tonight if you want to join me with my ex.
What is it when it's X? Why not make it X, but then there's like the 9 in the corner, like when something's cubed?
Nice. Maths.
Like
up
how
top, up
there was
top.
alien cubed?
Up top. Too slow, baby.
Like there was alien cubed, now there's going to be X knocked tuples. What's 9? What's 9?
Noctuple?
What's 9?
I don't know.
Hex,
Maybe it is
sept, oct,
noctupled.
something, deck, something, dodeck. That's the numbers.
Are these Santa's reindeer? I don't understand.
Yeah. On scepter, on octo, on deca, on dodeca.
And knock.
while we're talking about this crazy ending, I want to be known to the audience that he has this car, this crazy, ridiculous car that his girlfriend, who has no personality other than woman,
Hey, they had sex in the back seat of one of those cars.
right.
That's something about her.
It's true. He's driving this car, which we see very specifically the speedometer of several times, and it's going over 180 miles per hour, I assume.
What? Wait.
Yeah. Just on a highway.
How much is 180 miles?
Like a lot of kilometers. Like that would be
double kilometers.
Yeah, let's look it up right now.
I thought it was already.
That's 289 kilometers an hour.
That's impossible. Cars just don't go up to that speed.
Car, like ultra sports cars and stuff. I did read in the trivia. I normally don't include things like this because it's just like, factual error, not interesting. That particular car can, but only if the electronic limiter is removed, I think. But he's just on a highway, weaving in and out of traffic, going fully 290 kilometers an hour, where he then jumps onto the tracks of the presidential bullet train. And the movie doesn't go like, oh, now he's on the tracks. The movie, he goes like, I can't remember the quip he makes, but he's like, guess they better watch this. And then he fully looks like he's gonna crash. And I turned to Brooke while watching it, and I was like, that would be the funniest fucking way to end this movie. He just fully crashes the car. And then the tires explode, but luckily the rims catch on the tire tracks, which also doesn't make any sense. The rims are just steel.
On tire tracks?
On the train tracks. The rims are steel spinning against steel. There's no friction. He wouldn't be able to move forward. He would slow down significantly. It doesn't... I know I'm nitpicking in some ways, but it's just such a banana sequence.
You're telling me that this film has flaws? Errors in its construction?
I don't actually know if I've seen more continuity errors listed than for this movie.
The direction of this film was fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
They had no regard for like cohesion between shots. It was just, you're seeing this, now you're going to see that, and it doesn't have to align.
Hey, fuck you, now you're going to look at this. Hey, Mr. Tamahori, don't you think maybe we should put like an establishing shot in between, or maybe like make sure that they understand geography? And he'll backhand, I don't want to hear about it. I want the day to end.
So he'd be like, I don't want to hear about it.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't want to hear about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not very confrontational on the set of this movie. Ice Cube's really running the show.
I'm sure he was. I don't know much about Ice Cube as a person. As a lead in this film...
Oh, Willem Dafoe was a pleasure to work with.
Huge dick.
God.
Swinging member.
Oh, yeah, you could always just see it peeking out of his dress pants.
Ice Cube seems bizarre. I don't know much about Ice Cube as a person. Do you know much about Ice Cube as a person?
I know a little bit. He was in a group with Dr. Dre and someone whose name escapes me right now, and then he formed NWA, which was N-Words with Attitude.
I just mean with in terms of acting.
Oh, well, so he started acting in like Boys in the Hood and like a couple John Singleton films, which were acclaimed. And then John Singleton was like, hey, if you can write a rap, you can write a movie. And so he wrote the Friday series, which were like acclaimed, I don't know, successful stoner comedies. I don't know if that means he's a good actor, but he has acted. What he's not, and I feel like this is part of what we're circling around, what he's not is an action movie star who you would expect to be in like I think this movie was like $100 million. Like you wouldn't expect him to be in this fucking action movie.
Not at all. Not to replace Vin Diesel.
No.
If you're doing a sequel, you'd want to take a step up. I don't know why they took a step to the fucking far right.
Yeah, I get that like this is too early for The Rock, but there was someone else at this point who could have done B action movie.
Yeah.
If anything, it made me appreciate better action movie stars, because there was something really awkward about a lot of his movements, and it made me realize like just how like it's not just that these stars like Vin Diesel or The Rock or Tom Cruise or whatever are like performing the stunts. It's that they're looking charming and doing it in a charismatic and clear way.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, watching Ice Cube sort of, like, he has an awkward run. And he would, like, awkwardly shuffle along, and then, like, there's a bit where he needs to hijack a boat from the
I was going to bring this point up, but you go for it.
And he's, like, untying all the petrol of the other boats, and he's, like, kind of really awkwardly doing it in a way that, say, I would do it.
There's something so satisfying about that scene because he gets a boat, and then he shoots it up. Police are swarming him. Like, like they're all trying to capture him. He's just running this boat down this river, and he goes up a ramp and soars over people to smash down on some cars on a bridge in the boat. The direction style is nuts because it's like basically trying to look at everything but the collision. Like it's Ice Cube's face looking really aggressive and slamming down. Well, and he like stumbles out of the boat. It's bizarre.
Well, and Brooke was like, oh, is he gonna like launch up and then like jump out of the boat into the car or something crazy? But it would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
No, what he does is he's standing. He's not like strapped into the boat. He's just standing on it, and he launches up, and we see him in the air, just standing fully upright on the boat awkwardly, and then the boat just sort of lands on the bridge, and
with
then
such a crunch.
And then he gets out of the boat and he walks over to his car, and like a thing explodes behind him, but he's just walking over. It's not cool at all.
Was it also when he was breaking out of the prison at the beginning?
Yeah.
And he like jumps off of a roof to grab onto a helicopter, and he really just soars. He's got this like this handcuff in his hand. It flies free, and he just grabs onto the end of a helicopter, and he like wrangles up it to sit inside. I was like, this is excellent. This is excellent. I've always wanted to see Ice Cube latch onto a helicopter.
Yeah. Now, I will say right now, like a lot of reviewers vociferously mentioned that he's chubby, which I think is unfair, both because it's saying that his stunt work was bad because he's chubby, and also because it was just like, he's not like he's particularly overweight or anything, and it wouldn't matter if he was.
He's really not.
He's really not. Like, he's heftier than the average movie star. I get that.
The insane standards on movie stars.
Yeah.
I remember, like, something that just fucked me up. Not to derail you. This is just a quick thing. I remember when my mum was like to me, oh, it's nice that Hilary Duff, we were watching Lizzie McGuire. She was like, it's nice that Hilary Duff is a bit of a chubby girl. And I was like, oh, okay, that's chubby. And I grew up and then watched it again. I was like, what the fuck, Mum? Like, I don't think she meant to do that.
Yeah.
But that always stuck in my head that apparently Hilary Duff was chubby, ergo I was a monster.
Oh my God.
Because I didn't look like Hilary Duff, who was very petite and skinny.
Yeah.
Fucked me up. Anyway.
Point I was making is I was thinking at one point when he was awkwardly shuffling around, is I was like, I don't think it's because he's overweight. I was like trying to really make sure I was unpacking it in my brain. Because I've watched other action movies and action comedies with overweight leads. Nick Frost is an excellent example of someone who's done extensive stunt work in movies and done the thing I was describing of like looking charming and capable while doing it. So that's like certainly not the reason that I have a problem. It's just he moves in an awkward manner. Not in a way that makes sense for incredible super spy who is able to evade everything.
Yeah.
You know? It's just such an awkward thing to see him. And similarly, I really hated the way they dressed him, especially in the first half, because he's just wearing a black hoodie and cargo pants. And, like, I get he's wearing casual. It kind of looks like he's just at home on the couch and he's meant to be, like, a super spy. I don't know. I just wanted something. Even if it was, like, a hoodie with a zip, then I'd be like, it's like a jacket. But it was just, like, a big, bulky black hoodie. He kind of looked sad. That's
the kind of outfit that you wear in the middle of lockdown.
Yeah.
You just spent all day eating on the couch, watching Office repeats.
Yeah, they'd all like, I don't need him to be like in a suit or anything. I was saying...
Can you imagine Ice Cube in a suit for this entire film?
It's something...
Tuxedo.
Well, he does wear that, like the waiter's outfit at one point. I don't need him to be dressed fancy or anything, but I'd like something like a denim jacket, so it's still like casual. But then I'd be like, oh, what a cool guy.
Yeah.
Again, even just a hoodie with a zip.
You know what fucks me up about this film?
Yeah.
I thought it had like, not really, because none of the structure really made sense with one another. But I have to say, in the middle of the film, he meets the guy that's trying to track him down, and they get to have a standoff and talk to each other. And he convinces that agent that his boss, Willem Dafoe, is a villain.
Yeah.
And puts it into his mind. And I was like, that's a good midpoint, is meeting your antagonist and getting to have a showdown without a resolution. That's a good midpoint. And like the villain understanding something different is excellent as well. And it turns out it's a bigger villain or a different villain. But everything else was garbage and gibberish and insane. But I was like, that was kind of good structure-wise, but...
No, I kind of agree. That bit was almost interesting. And then it was followed by him going into this like Navy submarine thing, because the whole thing is that Deckard used to be the head of his squad or platoon or something when he was a Navy SEAL. And then he just he finds that Sam Jackson not killed, and then he does the craziest shit, like loading a tank onto one of those like aircraft carrier, like the things that launch the planes.
Yeah.
He loads the tank onto it and then sets it off so that it flings into another tank.
Yeah, I remember that. Absolutely bananas. I really want to talk about the blonde woman. That is
my God.
A trap.
Yeah.
Because that woman was Sunny Mabry.
Yeah.
Do you remember her in Vine?
No.
Do you like your snacks, Rebecca?
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah. Why won't you have your snacks, Rebecca?
She was in this movie?
Yeah, she's an actress.
What the fuck?
She's dating Ethan Embry, the actor from Can't Hardly Wait
Oh.
and others. But that's all that matters to me.
So unexpected.
And like, I was like, this might have been one of her only proper films, and it was this film.
Oh my God.
She played this like buxom blonde that was deceiving Ice Cube, and she leads him to her dad's house while he's gone. By the way, Ice Cube really wants to fuck her. He's like, oh, your dad's not home?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm totally going to crash here.
They also do the same thing that we've talked about from other movies where, like, oh, we got to find Charlie. And then he's looking out in the binoculars, and then he looks at her and he's like, found her. And then the companion is like, her? A woman?
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
I was really upset on behalf of the girlfriend character played by...
I can't remember her name. I can look it up for you now, but the only other thing that I know her from is in The Matrix 2 and 3. She's Jada Pinkett Smith's friend.
Right.
I think she's the family member of Tank and Dozer.
Okay. Well,
So,
his
audience at
girlfriend,
home.
the family member of Tank and Dozer, he's like trying to get with her kind of the entire film, or they have this romance. He tries to fuck this blonde girl. Blonde girl totally is just like, nah, fuck you, I'm setting you up. He's like, this dude's already dead in their house and everyone thinks you did it. And then he just goes back to the girl he's been trying to woo the entire time. And I'm like, no, Ice Cube, I know you were trying to fuck this other woman. I don't like your romance with this one lady that you totally would have slept with. Like, you totally would have cheated on.
Yeah.
Not that they're together. But...
She gets very unceremoniously shot by Sam Jackson.
Yeah. And then in the end, he's kind of like, you know me, it ain't gonna work.
Sorry, Toots. Gonna have to let you down. She's just dead on the ground. The whole end sequence where he fires a tank on the side of the Capitol building. Watching some of the third act of this post-insurrection was wild. Because, I mean, he's a black guy in a tank. You think they're not gonna come down hard?
Guys, we're pushing through this episode because we love you and we want you to get this premium content on time. And also, we don't have another night of the week where we can record this on because life is busy and difficult and hard and full of terror.
And we haven't put out an episode late yet, so
and it's not going to start with fucking XXX.
State of the Union.
Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. Do you want me to just go into trivia?
Yeah, fuck yeah, baby, do it. Let's go. Woo! IMDb trivia!
So I found it really hard to find trivia that was worth repeating. Like I said, an incredible amount of continuity errors, which I assume is just because it's a movie with a lot of guns in it. And just none of them were very interesting, but I did find a couple.
He had 4 bullets left in his cartridge, and yet he fired 5.
Some of them are like that.
Oh, fuck. Get a life.
Some of them are like, he has the Abrams tank, and that is half the weight of the Browning tank. So when it gets launched by the aircraft carrier into the other, it shouldn't be able to move it.
I don't, you know me, I never shame anybody. I'm very non-judgmental.
Sure.
But I think that if you have enough time to point out the continuity errors of XXX on IMDb, there's some work to be done in your life.
I also think
Pull your socks up.
there needs to be a better separation between, like, sometimes the errors can really get in the way, but also, like, none of that was anything close to my main problem with this movie. You know? Like, if I'm watching Stranger Things and one of them pulls out a mobile phone, I'm going to be like, that's a little weird.
Instead of pulling out a knife, he pulled out a mobile phone.
Or it's like, Napoleon, what are you going to do? And then Wellington pulls out a gun. Oh, they had guns. They all had guns. I mean, like a handgun. Cut it. You gotta get rid of it. Get it out. Reverse. Undo.
What if someone pulled out a gun at the Battle of Waterloo?
So many guns.
How scary.
So many guns. No.
Michelle St. Clair has been proven to be an idiot.
No.
Beep, boop,
What
beep.
if Caesar pulled out a gun? It's different.
They all pulled out guns at the Senate. They're all standing there with their little guns behind their back.
Et tu, Brute? Yes.
I still maintain the funniest joke I've ever created was Et tu, Brutus? Et me, Caesar.
I forgot that was you that made it. That's how good it is.
So dumb.
Et me, Caesar.
Et me.
Beam.
Pretty good.
Okay. So this is to do with the bit where he's being accused of killing that general and then the police are surrounding it. Surrounding the house that he's in.
Yeah.
Right. So when surrounded in the general's house, he cuts the power at the main circuit box, but then immediately starts using the microwave and refrigerator.
Yeah. Also, he uses the microwave to heat up food.
Yeah.
So then when they're tracking where he is in the house via heat, they're like, he's in the bathroom, but he's put a bunch of heated up food in the bathtub. How did he know that's
hams.
Exactly how they were hot hams?
And then he gets in
we
the
saw him heat up
fridge.
one hot ham. How did he heat up multiple hot hams
Why
to
did
be
this
hot
has-
enough
It's
to radiate?
a human body's worth of meat.
How did he do it on time? We only saw him heat up one hot ham.
And then he fully gets into the fridge.
This guy's a psychopath. What are you doing, honey? Why are you heating up 7 hot hams?
But that's basically what the guy says.
Why are they going in the bathtub?
The newer NSA guy is just like, why are you heating up the ham?
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm not telling you.
The dialogue in this film
Just
is
basically tells him to fuck off.
the hot hams in the bathtub really got me going.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
The reveal, they're like storming the house and they're like, my God, he's not here. And it's a bathtub full of hot hams. What if Ice Cube turned into a pile of hot hams and they didn't know?
He's actually just a pile of meat.
Oh my God, he's transformed into a pile of hot hams. We knew this would happen.
The third act
Get
is
the
him
mincer.
growing. He's like, watch this. And he like takes off his shirt and he just like grows in size.
Little Hot Ham Man is the 4th installment of
Hot
XXX
Ham Man.
Hot Ham Man.
With a hot
It's
ham
Ice
plan.
Cube reincarnated. He didn't die, but he's reincarnated regardless as a big Hot Ham Man. This is my final form.
And then everyone else who's ever reincarnated is like, that was an option?
Fuck.
God.
Hot Ham Man with 7.8 stars on IMDb, critically acclaimed. But there's still like a bunch of dudes in the continuity section being like, well, actually, it would take 3 hours to heat up that section of ham.
That's the problem.
Well, actually.
So the whole thing is that the former XXX, Xander, was just killed off screen. Like, after the opening bit where, like, Gibbons gets attacked and he makes it off, like, the assistant is like, Oh, yeah, I just got a phone call that Xander Cage has been killed.
That's
Damn.
insane.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Xander Cage was just written out that way.
Yeah.
How flippant.
A scene was filmed showing Xander Cage being killed in an explosion with his severed body parts flying in the air as an explanation for why his character didn't return.
Severed Vin Diesel.
The scene was ultimately deleted just in case Vin Diesel ever decided to reprise his role, which he did, but how fucking spiteful is going, oh, you're not coming back? We're going to watch your body fly.
But we're also not going to tell anyone it's you, just in case you want to come back. Because we need you, Vin. Daddy Diesel.
And then the last one, in the initial NSA break-in scenes and in some other scenes, in the music, Morse code can be heard spelling out XXX2 several times. And I think that's actually kind of cool.
Oh,
That's actually-
they did one thing right.
Yeah, the composer trying a good job. Like that's really neat.
Yay!
I forgot the term for it, but it's like visual music or something where you're trying to evoke imagery or words through your music.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
A lot of pop singers use it where like it'll match the lyric. We're going high, like that kind of thing.
Oh, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Well, we found the one good thing about XXX. That's our new premise for the podcast. Is every episode we're like, what's one thing? One thing that we liked.
Another good example in Champagne Supernova, caught beneath the landslide. That's a slide sort of down.
I thought it was more when they say champagne, it's actually just supernova in the sky. Someday you will find me caught beneath the landslide.
Yeah.
With a supernova in the sky.
I really fucking hate Oasis, and yet I actually really like that song.
I love that
I
song.
love that song.
I like that song and the song What's the Story Morning Glory. Not the
I
album.
like that one.
Down, 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 down.
I like Fucking in the Bushes.
What's
That's a good
the
one.
story, Morning Glory.
Yeah,
Fucking in the Bushes is fun.
that's good.
festive.
It's like if Led Zeppelin wrote an Oasis song, or I guess the other way around.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But I actually can't remember how it goes.
Similar enough. Do you want to hear some reviews?
Yes.
Reviews! I only got IMDb reviews for this one, so buckle up.
All right.
This first one is Sit Down for a Funny Light Comic Action Movie by Club Burke. Well, I'd start by saying that this is a comic action movie. That at least is how I saw it. This isn't an in-depth action thriller. ... There are no twists, but there is a plotline and a nice one too. ... The acting is pretty good. Jackson and Ice Cube are pretty good, and xXx, not sure on the spelling, rocks. On a personal note, Ice Cube's girl doesn't do such a good job. Special effects are awesome, so no need to comment on these, although some high-tech toys are goofy looking. ... Overall, this is a really funny, silly, but extremely fun to watch. Stupid guy warning... Sorry.
No, I need more adjectives. More.
Stupid guy. Warning for the ladies. Pure action shoot now. Ask few questions later. Lost of cars, guns, effects, street jokes, and whatever that makes it an an excellent movie.
Tag yourself, I'm street jokes.
An excellent movie in the overall, as long as that's what you're ready for when you're sitting down to watch. ... Plus, the street jokes really crack me up. The memorable, if it has wheels, we can jack it. Will stay with you for a while after you know what it refers to. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I just love and exabyte. Not sure how to spell it. This next one is called XXX Thousands of Time Better Than Any 007 by I think it's V Nicolaitis -1. This is a very American film and a totally entertaining if you enjoy American culture and American humor. All the themes of Sam Greenlee's The Spy Who Sat by the Door are built upon. So there are definitely glimpses of reality in with the fantasy. There's a little bit of everything.
Person's really overthinking
I don't-
everything.
I don't even know if they think they're reviewing the right movie. In his action films, action, suspense, crash 'em ups, humor, romance, high tech, justice, patriotism, and loyalty.
I love these lists. High tech, romance,
Crash 'em up.
patriotism.
All rolled up with high quality director, writer, and actors. Women characters are an integral part of the film,
characters.
not just sex objects or used for horrendous snuff scenes. XXX,
Snuff?
like killing them.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I appreciate this guy doesn't want to watch just movies
Yeah.
where they die and just fuck, but also there's two female characters and one of them dies and the other one just has sex.
Yeah, true. But this guy is the anti-Lars von Trier, so props to him.
XXX has all the right moves plus street cred. XXX, played by Ice Cube, is the best secret agent on the planet. By the way, Skyfall sucks next to XXX State of the Union.
Skyfall.
10 out of 10. Yeah, this was left in 2013.
What the fuck? Why are they comparing a Bond with XXX?
Yeah, I saw that one and I just crash 'em ups, humor, romance,
High
high tech,
tech.
justice, patriotism,
Patriotism.
loyalty. This next one I really like.
That's Santa's reindeers.
This next one was my favorite one. It is titled "A Great Movie Undeserving of the Poor Comments Made by Anti-Action Genre Viewers" by Ska.
I wonder what their favorite music genre is.
No, not that kind. No, like a
Oh.
XXX2 State of the Union, aka XXX2 The Next Level, stars Ice Cube as Darius Stone, the new XXX agent who is broken out of prison by NSA agent Gibbons, Samuel L. Jackson, after a terrorist attack on the NSA headquarters. I'm going to skip this because this is just a thing. I'll just cut into it later. Hang on. Okay. Ska. The movie is all you'd want out of the action genre. Great acting, brilliant soundtrack, lots of explosions, crazy stunts, corny one-liners, fast-paced fights, plot twists, some good comedic scenes, and those times when you just think, Darius, you genius.
He read my mind.
Another list. Of course, it does have its flaws, but so does every movie. You don't sit down to watch an action movie in the hopes of an excellent, rock-solid storyline.
Yes, I do.
You watch it because it's just so fudging cool. Gotta love all the funky gadgets.
Fudging cool and funky gadgets.
Don't let other viewers put you off seeing this movie with their racist, completely unnecessary, anti-action genre comments.
What?
Although, if you are one of those types of people, I wouldn't expect you to enjoy the movie much. But if you do like the occasional well-directed action flick, XXX2 is a must-see. 10 out of 10.
What was the name of this user again?
Ska.
As they said, if you don't like XXX, the sequel, you're a racist. So I give it 10 out of 10. Rating descending, not racist.
What was your review?
I hated it. I cried like 3 separate times watching this, and 2 of those were because of the film. So it was all like this kind of like bluish dark blur for like the second half of it, where it was all action and loud noises and different pieces of music and people yelling and fire, and I couldn't make sense of almost any of it. And I hated it. I'm gonna give it. You don't even react to my burps anymore.
Why would I, Abigail? They've just become so much part of my daily life
Oh,
experience.
they're just part of the furniture.
Yeah. Your burps, unoriginal, background, not important, not necessary.
How about this one?
Well, now I'm a little back on board.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Now I'm kind of back. Oh.
No.
Fuck you. In my home.
I'm gonna give it. I am gonna give it.
You have to pick. It's just a number. It doesn't matter.
I hated it. I'm giving giving it a 2.2 out of 10.
Sure.
Fuck you.
I think, like I said, like the whole thing that I thought with this movie is like there was bits of it that were fine to bad. Most of it's just like flat. It immediately made me think of the other action movies we've done, like
Setup,
which was like a student film, and like Escape Plan, which was all of these action movie cliches, but like played to 10, played to 11. This was better made than both of those movies. Easily. This movie arguably shouldn't be on this list. Like, it's just not great more than anything. But I also had the worst time watching it out of all of the three of those.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm going to give it a 3.7 with the caveat that I wouldn't watch it ever again.
Yeah. 100%. This film is now dead to us, disposed of. You are no more. It is bereft of life. It ceases to live. This is a dead film.
Yeah. And that was XXX State of the Union.
Sure was.
You can find us on social media if you'd like. We're on Twitter @RateDescendPod, TikTok @RatingDescending, or you can email us at ratingdescending@gmail.com.
Or you can find our personal accounts. I am on Instagram under Abigail J. Ward. I'm looking hot, fierce, fine, and sexy.
You could also, if you were if you were just as sexy, but also like a fucking cool bitch, find me on Twitter and Instagram @Michelle.Sinclair.
Throw me under the bus.
Yeah, baby.
That's what it feels like.
This is what it feels like being me every day.
I don't like it. You feel so small.
Yeah.
And don't forget to leave us a review at Apple Podcasts. It makes a lot of difference. And if you do it, we will love you forever more.
What are we watching next week?
Next week, we're doing Baise-Moi. And let me tell you, looking at a brief overview of it, I am horrified and scared.
Yeah, most likely future content warning for that episode.
Yeah, if you are triggered by any form of sexual harassment, sexual violence, sex, don't tune in. This looks a bit horrific.
Hey, I know this is counterintuitive for a podcast.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Yeah, maybe give this one a miss. I don't know. I feel like I'm a bit scared of this one. We'll be there, but you don't need to be there. We'll get through it. You don't need to
take a Wednesday off.
Yeah. You know? Stop supporting us for just one dang second and go outside and take a walk.
I'm saying put it on, take the earphones out,
give us a listen,
and take a walk.
Give us the downloads. Don't do the listening. Yeah. This looks terrifying, but we'll be there next week.
Yeah.
See ya later.